Hello my beautiful friends. Today we are going to talk about something that sadly many of us have experienced in our careers, and it is navigating a toxic work environment. If you are currently having issues at your workplace, or maybe you want to be prepared for the future, this video is for you. A negative and a toxic work environment can have a significant impact in our life and well-being, both physically, psychologically, and professionally. Toxicity in the workplace typically leads to strained relationship among co-workers, and handling a toxic boss or any toxic person can be very difficult. It is very important and critical to be able to spot a toxic work environment earlier on. Here are a few ways that a toxic and a poisonous work environment can affect anyone. These signs that I'm going to share with you would appear in a variety of ways. Pay attention to your mood and your overall atmosphere when you are in your workplace. And once you have realized where the toxicity is coming from, it is time to make evaluation. And setting healthy boundaries is very important for your overall well-being. This could include minimizing your time spent with a particular person. You can go to them, ask to speak to them privately, and have an open conversation with them about how you feel as regarding your work relationship. Tell them what you want, which is to have a productive, positive work environment. Setting healthy boundaries with limits would help make your work more effective. If possible, ask what the person expects from you. If it is something you can give them, then fine, do it. And if it is not, you clearly state it that I cannot do this thing. Constant stress and anxiety in a workplace can cause you serious health issues like headaches, insomnia, digestive disorder, and it can even weaken your immune system.
I remember an incident that began as a joke when I started working for a certain toxic man. In order to keep my job, I would meditate and push his poisonous behavior to the side. My opinion was that I should be patient and accept people the way they are. This man would come to me and tell me that he couldn't handle himself and that he didn't have any sense. He would encourage me and tell me, "You are even trying working with me," he would say, "because I can't even help myself." This statement would inspire me to endure and condole his toxic behaviors. Giving, and he would take, and he was just taking and even feeling entitled. He was even taken from me without any acknowledgement or gratitude. Me too, because I was good, I would continue helping him as if I was God. And the next time he comes back, he would even do or say something even more outrageous, which would even anger me the most. And I began to question my own self-worth and why I was working with this type of person. At the end of the day, I had to give myself sense, because helping myself should be my major priority, and only God can deliver some people. But he didn't stop there. He started recruiting other people to start disrespecting me and disregarding me. So I decided to leave the toxic workplace. And even though I wanted to leave, he would not agree. So it became hectic because he didn't want me to leave. That is how you know how valuable you are. Your time is precious, so don't waste it with a negative and a toxic individual. One thing I learned from that experience is to never underestimate yourself or your skills. Make sure you get paid what you deserve or find something else. I thank God that I was let free from him. I am an amazing person who was only good to him and nothing else. He even tried a variety of ways to keep me tied down, but God vindicated me and set me free from evil people. Almost everything I'm sharing with you is something I've personally experienced, which is why I would which is why I won't advise anyone to stay in a toxic work environment or a toxic relationship. You may believe you are benefiting, but if you are not careful, you will lose even more and staying for so long. Believe me that there is nothing to be gained. Please keep moving forward. As long as you have life, hopes, and the willingness to work, there is always something better out there. Greater careers, greater chances, and better relationship that awaits you. Do not lose hope, because there's nothing to be gained from being in a toxic environment, but there's plenty to lose. So learn and grow. It is also important to understand and to learn how to move on from an unhealthy environment, because in a toxic work environment, growth is impossible.
Apart from your own health issues, a toxic work environment will reduce job satisfaction and even cause the employee to lose interest in their jobs. And a lack of appreciation, acknowledgement, or a positive feedback can lead to a feeling of disappointment. Continuously staying in a toxic work environment can harm your mental health, such as depression and anxieties. If you find yourself in this particular situation, start documenting it. Keep track of the date, time, and descriptions. When you are ready, communicate your concerns to the right people in the organization. And if it is not an organization and it is just one toxic boss, then you have no choice than to remove yourself from the equation. Because if people don't value you and treat you like you are nothing, then do nothing by removing yourself from their life. It is easy to become consumed by a negative and a toxic work environment when you are only thinking about what you benefit from it. It is very important to prioritize your health, because when there's no health, there is no work. Invest in your own happiness, whether through fitness, hobbies, or spending time with people that you love. This can help reduce the pressure at work. After reporting to the right people in your organization or communicating your concerns to your toxic boss, if nothing changes or you don't receive any positive response, then consider evaluating your options by looking for another job, or even start a side hustle. Who knows, your side hustle can become the main hustle. Now I'm going to share with you reasons why you shouldn't stay in a toxic environment for too long. Number one reason why you shouldn't stay in a toxic environment for too long is that continuous exposure to criticism, blaming, and micromanagement, which can disrupt your self-esteem and confidence. And that is the aim of a toxic person, to destroy you. And over time, you start doubting yourself, your own abilities and talents. You might even suffer from an imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is when you know you are talented, you know you are gifted, but each time you do something or you put out a project or you work or anything that you have done out there, you feel like you don't deserve it, or maybe you are hiding, or maybe somebody will find out that you are not smart enough. That is imposter syndrome. But you are smart, you are talented, and you are created by God in His own likeness and image. A toxic boss wants to make you feel like you are not deserving of the position that you have. Reasons why you shouldn't stay in a toxic environment too is that you start experiencing a burnout, experiencing stress. You will start experiencing stress, worriness, and unhappiness, and this can lead to a burnout. A burnout is a chronic physical and mental weariness, frequently associated with sentiments of criticism and disengagement from work. Reasons why you shouldn't stay in a toxic environment. 3. Toxic work environment would make it difficult for anybody to strike a good work-life balance, because you are constantly living in fear of the other person. This problem would spill over time into other areas of your life. That is why it is important to get help and know that your life is not tied to only that job. Detect these signs early and get help. Remember that you are not alone and you don't have to do it alone. If you are currently experiencing a toxic work environment or have ever experienced one, please share your experiences in the comment section below so that we can all learn from you. That concludes today's video. Remember to document your experiences, focus on your well-being, and examine other options. If you find this video useful and helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with anybody who is currently working in a toxic work environment. It might help them. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.